Israel has carried out a new wave of attacks across Lebanon in its rapidly escalating conflict with Hezbollah. More airstrikes have hit Beirut on Wednesday morning. Let's head to a Beirut suburb to speak to Al Jazeera's Zeina Khodr. Zeina, we've been keeping a close eye on huge plumes of smoke over the city skyline there. Can you give us an update on what has been happening in recent hours? I count at least 3 strikes, please correct me if I'm wrong, and not all in areas with long-standing links to Hezbollah.
Well, the Israeli army spokesperson posting on X just a few minutes ago saying that the military has begun to carry out strikes against Hezbollah's infrastructure in Beirut, which really is signaling that we are going to see a wave of airstrikes targeting Beirut's southern suburbs, the buildings you see behind me. In the past hour or so, there have been 2 strikes, one in the Khodr neighborhood and another in Hadass. And we are expecting at any time now a 3rd strike to hit the neighborhood of Laylaki. Now, it's not the first time Beirut's southern suburbs has been hit since the latest confrontation between Israel and Hezbollah began in the early hours of Monday morning. But you make reference to the other strikes that are happening outside the so-called strongholds of Hezbollah, where Hezbollah has no influence, like Hazmi, for example, where we were a few hours ago. A hotel was targeted, a floor in a hotel was targeted overnight, and Hazmi is a mere 700 meters from the presidential palace in Lebanon. So this escalating conflict has no front line. And the word, escalating. And we're hearing statements now from Israeli military officials saying that Hezbollah is going to pay a very heavy price. And they're also warning that these strikes are going to continue until, quote, we deal a heavy blow on the group. And they're threatening to target Hezbollah across the country. So we're in a very, really similar situation to what we were in late 2024 when Israel launched a wide-scale 8-week offensive against Hezbollah. It ended with a ceasefire agreement, but Israel never respected that ceasefire agreement. And it has been saying that neither has Hezbollah disarmed, nor has the Lebanese state fulfilled its obligation to disarm the group. So we are expecting more strikes today, and they are threatening to intensify them across the country.
When we connect the dots here, how does what we are seeing play out there in Beirut fit with what we are also seeing in the south of Lebanon as well? Reports of a deepening Israeli presence there as it pushes further into the country. The official line is that this is a tactical forward defence, say the Israelis, but the Lebanese army appears to also be withdrawing from areas out of necessity. Can you give us a picture of what's happening there and why?
Well, South Lebanon, many of the towns and villages are now empty of residents. People have made their way further north. There have been numerous airstrikes. We can't even keep count. Numerous airstrikes targeting villages across the whole area, with the Israeli defense minister ordering the army to control more positions, additional positions inside Lebanon. We still do not have confirmation that they have done so. They already control 5 hilltop positions along the border, some 10 square kilometers of territory. It's not easy. It's not an easy decision for the Israeli forces to advance deep inside Lebanon because it gives Hezbollah the advantage. Hezbollah has the advantage on the ground. Israel controls the skies. But what Hezbollah wants is the Israeli army to advance inside Lebanon so that it can carry out attacks against the group. But the Israeli military is being blamed, really, or accused of trying to create a buffer zone along the border, not allow tens of thousands of people to return, leveling the villages and creating some sort of a security zone. This is the fear here. This is the feeling that, this is going to happen. And it's really all part of a pressure campaign on Hezbollah, on its supporters, and on Lebanon, so that Hezbollah will agree to disarm. And there's no indication that the group is ready to do so. It is launching rockets across the border, launching armed drones across the border. But like we said, this is, we've been talking, this is a group that has been weakened. It doesn't enjoy the upper hand in this conflict. And these Israeli airstrikes, leveling, destroying buildings, residential buildings, this is just going to cause so much anger in the country where people haven't even begun to recover from the last war in late 2024.
Zeina, thanks for that. We will, of course, come back to you with more updates during this news hour.